All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. It is November 5th, 2020. It is a Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks again for joining me. We do this every weekday, every business day when the markets are open at 9 a.m. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the bottom right-hand corner to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and make sure to like our channels. We really do appreciate it. Any comments or any suggestions is always welcome on the comment section. All right, let's talk market, shall we? Dow futures up 383 points. NASDAQ futures up 292 points, 2.5%. S&P futures testing 3,500, up about 1.76%. Russell 2000 finally playing ball, nearly up 1%. Crude oil futures down 2.26% at 39, the handle 39. Bitcoin continues to run over 15,000 now, up 5.7%. Gold futures up 2% at 1933. Silver futures up 4.63%, 24.98, nearly 25. And looking at euro dollar for my forex people, 1.1837, up about 116 pips, and dollar yen down about 79 pips at 103.69. As the dollar takes a hit, it is down nearly 0.86% at 92.60, and the VIX continues to slide at 9% to the downside. Basically, what's moving is everything. Everything is basically moving to the upside. Massive short squeeze. What you got is a lot of traders who were expecting the worst. We're running short this weekend. The election, expecting the worst outcome in the election. Election is not set yet. The House is basically called for the Democrats to hold control, but they lost some seats. The Senate is not set in stone yet. It's looking like a GOP will stay, the Republicans will stay in control, but also what I've gotten from AP, Fox News, and NBC News, that there might be a runoff election in Georgia. So if no one gets the majority, I believe it's 50% majority, they have a special election, a runoff election between two candidates. One of the seats in Georgia have 3 candidates that were running. The top 2 got it. No one got 50%. So in January, they'll have a runoff election in Georgia. This is for the Senate. So if the Democrats capture both, then they'll have 50 in the Senate. Plus, if Biden wins, which is not set in stone yet either, Biden has not won the presidency, mind you, they will have a majority in the Senate. If a majority is in the Senate for the Democrats and the House and the White House, it is not exactly a huge positive, not the best case scenario. For markets, best case scenario is that the GOP keeps the Senate, the Dems will have the House, and let's just say the White House goes Biden. That's what the market's pricing in here, that basically the Senate, Republicans, McConnell, will keep Biden from doing anything too liberal, too crazy. And like Elizabeth Warren being Treasury Secretary, for example, or additional regulations or tax increases. Basically, if, again, with the assumption that Biden wins, we don't know. Again, this is just the assumption that if Biden does win with a Republican Senate, that you won't have any tax increases or anything like that, since it won't be passed by this Republican Senate. They'll filibuster. They'll make sure that won't happen. This is from CNBC. What I was hearing today, that this is from former Senator Joe Lieberman, who was the former VP candidate of Al Gore in 2000, and he worked with Joe Biden. That he's a little more center left, not exactly full tilt left like a Bernie Sanders, for example. So it's a net positive for the market. Again, this is all speculation. Nothing has been set in stone. Again, looking at the price action, it seems to be a positive from what we're seeing. The VIX down 10% is showing that. Short squeeze, a lot of people were offside, sure. Maybe things are starting to work out. Once we get a clear winner, again, Arizona still needs to be counted. Fox News and AP are counting that Arizona goes Biden, but that's not set in stone yet. They're still counting. So again, they may have called it, but it could flip. Nevada's still counting. Georgia's still counting. North Carolina's still counting. Alaska's still counting. Weird. And there's no winner there yet. And of course, Pennsylvania. So when will we get the results? I am watching. I've been staying up watching it, but nothing, no new developments overnight. Just some ballots here and there counted, the mail-in ballots, but no states have been called yet, other than Michigan, I believe, last night for Joe Biden. But he is not at 270 yet. The markets were kind of cheering that. Again, most of it short squeeze, but Again, we do not have a president elect starting January 20th, 2021. So that's where we are. If anything does change, I will let you know on Twitter, or we will let you know on Instagram or what have you. But nothing has been set in stone, so we'll let you know as always what happens. So, and again, side note: 6,000 Twitter followers. Thank you so much. We will do a live trading session. Let's wait for this election to play out. Hopefully by tomorrow or what have you, weekend. More likely, it'll probably be next Tuesday. I will let you know. I promise I will let you know. If you are interested in joining me in the live trading session on YouTube, last time we did it, we caught NIO, which was great. A little bit of waiting around there since we were just basically on for an hour. Turn on notifications, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. It'll be a fun one. We always have fun doing live trading sessions with you guys. Getting a little bit of a pullback here in the market now, here at 34.86. I know you have some questions. Just wanted to go over some housekeeping stuff. Live trading session on Tuesday due to the 6,000 followers. When is the next one? And everyone's asking, well, okay, so we haven't had the next one yet, but when is the one after that? So after that, I will definitely let you know when is the next one. Again, I would love us to get 100,000 followers on Instagram. That'd be great. So maybe that's the next thing up. We'll see. Looking at here, let's see if we can start taking a look at pre-market movers, and then I'll answer some questions. Keep in mind today, guys, at 2 p.m. is the Federal Reserve rate decision. I don't expect anything to happen. No rate cuts, no rate hikes, obviously. But at 2:30, Fed Chair Powell will speak. So you want to be careful if you're holding any positions. Personally, I am holding QQQ long with our members. We have the 290 calls. That's going to be in the money. That's going to be some money there. And that's for this week. And that's where we are. Let's take a look at some pre-market movers. NIO up nearly 2%. Aurora Cannabis, told you cannabis, guys, 16% to the upside. Again, legalized in many states due to the election. I said it on Twitter. I said it on Instagram. Bitcoin, blunts, betting. You stick with that. Alibaba is down 3.4% the pre-market after their great numbers. But again, I have to take a look and see if maybe forecasting was down or that Ant IPO. Apple's up nearly 2.37% pre-market. Tilray up 16%. Remember, cannabis stocks took a beating about last 2 years, so or a year and a half. So again, could be a good level to buy. I actually bought some cannabis stocks yesterday, looking pretty good with our investment club. We also bought some Alibaba the other day. I will be adding to my Alibaba position today, according to our investment our investment plan for our investment club members. We sent that out, so we are near our level for Alibaba. I will be adding Alibaba to the portfolio, adding some more because I already own it. Microsoft up 2.57%. Intel up 0.79%, Cisco 1.83%, Verizon was price upgraded by JPM 1.4%, JPM also up 0.56%, Boeing nearly 1%, AMD up 2.7%, Qualcomm had great earnings, again it's 5G play, keep an eye on Qualcomm, keep an eye on Broadcom, keep an eye on the chip makers like Nvidia, they'll be going up with Qualcomm. If you're playing 5G, again Qualcomm or Broadcom are your best bets. Again, those are the ones to take a look at. But they're up 13% pre-market. Microsoft 2.57%. I think I talked about that already. Tesla nearly up 1%. Facebook 2.31%. And of course, Nvidia, like I talked about, up 2.5%. Keep an eye on those names. I own Nvidia. That's one of my strong buys when it comes to our investment plan. I went ahead and sent that out again to our investment club members. Nvidia was a strong buy ranked. And also Baba was considered a strong buy. So good stuff. Good stuff all around. I know you guys have questions. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let me get my glasses on. My water. Let's take a look here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. AMD calls. Yeah, let's go ahead and let me go and update or expand my charts here because I know you guys have a lot of questions. AMD is looking great. Yes. Do I want to do calls? Take a look for next week before you do anything. And I say a break of around 84.50 could confirm the move. I mean, 86 could be a great target for next week, to be completely honest with you. But AMD, I'm a big fan of AMD. I own shares. I love them. I'm in the Facebook 300 this week. Any chance I can break even? Facebook is absolutely on fire, but 300 is a really high level. It's really 298. You should have that gap up now. If you hover around 294, you should be able to clock it for at least something. But that was a risky bet. But there you go. It is moving to the upside. Buy Baba's dip. Yes, I am buying the dip on Alibaba. What's a good price to buy NIO for the long term? NIO just keeps going up. Again, I would like a pullback. I mean, 36 seems about right. If I had to pick 32.2, sounds pretty good. 32.20 seems about right, which is the previous all-time high. I probably look around those levels, but if you really feel the need to get in, 36 should be your target. That's right in the 50-day moving average. What a shambles of an election, honestly. Well, it's not over yet, but that's where we are. Yeah. Was it SPY calls? Well, I have Q calls, but SPY calls, absolutely. I mean, if you break 350.42, then you could see more of an upside move. So I put an alert at 350.44, which seems about right. That's the 78.6 fib that I have there. Take a look at that. I will wait for that level to break. Again, we're kind of fading until we get to the cash close, cash open. Wait for that break, and then I probably go for SPY calls for next week. Keep in mind, you have the Fed coming up at 2 p.m. and 2:30 is the news conference. So keep in mind to be very careful. You don't know what they're going to say, so just be very careful. Do you feel like we should hold till on making before any move? And so do you think more clarity after the election? Yeah, once we have a winner, a clear winner, concession from the opposite party, again, Trump is not out of it, guys. Keep in mind, it's not out of it. Biden and him are still going at it until someone hits 270, until the other side concedes, it's over. But it's not over yet. Again, once we have the winner and we have some clarity, then we're good. But again, for now, if there's any opportunities there in regards to stocks that you've been watching and a pullback, I'm definitely doing that myself. But until then, I've gotten some stocks. I did a little shopping yesterday, did some shopping the day before. So again, it's all about seeing what you want. Keep that shopping list intact. If you are interested in our shopping list and interested in the names that we're looking at and the scenarios, join our investment club. I actually have a breakdown exactly to the T. I posted it on Instagram as well, kind of the basis of it. It was an Excel file sheet, but I went ahead and broke it down for the investment club. So they have the levels, they have the explanations, they have everything. Good morning. Lots of gaps on companies. Do you think a bull run will continue or market will fall? You're going to get a fall either way. You're not going to go straight up in one shot. You'll get pullbacks here and there. Again, we just had our initial jobless claims. You have the Fed today. So again, I do believe that any dip should be bought absolutely on names that you've been wanting to buy. Qualcomm is not going to stay up 15% today. Let me make that very clear, 13%. It's going to fall a little bit. These kind of parabolic moves, they don't last all day. Look at that. It went as high as 149. Now it's at 145. Let's take a look at Snap. Same thing. You had it went as high as 44. Now it's at 42. You usually get those kind of pullbacks here and there. Remember the other one, Pins. Hit as high as 69. Now it's 62. You're going to get a pullback here and there, guys. Remember, stocks don't go straight up. You're going to get opportunities. That I promise. XLK has a gap at 113 and is at 120 to think of playing puts. I would not play puts here because you might get burned. Wait here. Again, I don't think about playing puts in a bull market right now. What about KNNDI? I don't know what that is. And Starbucks. Starbucks, it rejected 91.30. So again, if you break above 91.30, then we can start taking a look in there. The president just retweeted stop the count. Okay, just seeing, reading some stuff there on Twitter. Okay, will the market stay bullish through the weekend? If we have a winner by Friday, then yes. Until then, no. NIO, I just answered that in regards to NIO. I'll repeat it one more time. 36, the 50, if you're that very gun-ho getting in, I would say the prudent one would be 32.20 would be your previous all-time high. Good morning, boss. I held some BABA 320 calls and expiry in 2 weeks overnight. Now I'm down big. Take the hit or wait for the turnaround. Well, the reason that BABA's taking a hit is because of that Ant IPO that was stopped by Hong Kong. I'm buying the dip in regards to the stock, but in regards to options, if you have 2 weeks out, it may be difficult. You may get a little bit of a snapback since you're right at support. You may bounce back to around 292. Maybe you can go ahead and close then. If you can handle the heat a little bit, fine, but I don't see it hitting 300 this week. That's for sure. A 320. Wow. Yeah, you may have to. If you start getting some strength, I would maybe it gets around 295 or something, 292, or retraces back to 295. I'd close it. We will definitely know a winner by Friday, or we'll have to wait till next week. Guys, I don't know. I'm not a political analyst. I'm not in those. Again, President Trump has just sued Nevada or saying that he's going to sue Nevada. A lot of lawsuits out there. Obviously, a lot of rhetoric or possible rhetoric. We don't know. I don't know. All I can do is report it. I'm not there in the ground floor with both campaigns, so I'm not sure. Good morning, boss. How to trade stocks at all-time high like NIO? NIO, what you do, again, is you take a look at the previous all-time high, which is now 39.96. You break that, then you can start taking a look at calls. Yes. You're the best boss, been tuning in from Asia, right? Oh, thank you. XPEV levels. I believe that's that other Chinese EV company I heard about. It's moving. 30.98 is your high. Something on the NIO. NIO has higher volume. I think I'd stick with that. I don't know this name. If there's volume on XPEV past 30.98, maybe you could take a look at 31 or 32. Kind of look at it as an NIO. Zoom break 500, break to 530 seems expensive. It is very expensive. Zoom is very expensive in terms of price to sales. 500 seems to be that level of the demarcation level. We say 506 is that 200 day. I would say 520 seems about right. If you start breaking 520, it's an expensive name to actually trade. So if you were looking for something extremely speculative, extreme growth, and you're very young and you want to add it to your portfolio, Zoom, it could be something for you. I would say a good buy level if you were looking at to buy it. 460 if you get there. If you want to get here, that's fine. I target right around 560. If it breaks 600, then that'd be interesting. But again, Zoom is very expensive. They're not even doing price to earnings. They're doing price to sales. Wholly different ballgame. Good price to buy CGC long term. CGC is at 20. I would say right around 1834. I did not buy CGC, but I bought an ETF that owns all of the marijuana stocks or cannabis stocks. It's called a THCX. This is what I bought. Again, it's up to you if you want to buy it. This is an ETF that owns CGC and many of the other names as well. So again, I want to own the basket of these cannabis companies, just like I did with the IBB, which is the biotech ETF. I don't know which company is going to get the vaccine, so I'd rather own the basket. It actually gives me the diversification I want. And again, single stock risk is not there for an industry that I don't know much about, which is exactly biotech and cannabis. But I know I want to be in this space. So when it comes to ETF, I'm like, I want to be in this space, but I don't know about each company yet. So own the basket. A lot easier. You'll sleep at night, not knowing you only have one horse in the industry or in the race. Because for all you know, CGC can have bad books, bad management. But if you have a basket full of them, same thing with IBB, it's a little more prudent to do that. So I recommend THCX, which owns CGC as this largest component instead of just CGC or Tilray itself. Good levels to buy Tilray. Again, just same thing. But if you are dead set on buying Tilray, I would say again a break of around $6. You see by doing 550 seems to be support. So that would probably be the level you want. Other good cannabis stocks. There's tons. I would just Google it because it's too much to go by, and I'm running against the clock here. Nike stock entry. That's one of our top 10 stocks of 2020. I do like the 126 level, which is your 200 day. 125 seems about right. You pull the trigger at 125. If it gets about 120, I will be adding to Nike there. Nike is a great company. And again, if you do get a Biden election, which we don't know, he may open up China a little more, less of the rhetoric. That's a good thing for Nike, who does a ton of business in China. 120 on Nike, you definitely pull the trigger there. What level would you buy DKNG? DKNG, something I own. I bought dips on it. Love this company long term. And again, if you retest the 200 day, which would be about 39.70, that'd be a good level to buy. But right now, I'd wait. We hit that support of 35. I think if we retest 35, you go ahead and pull the trigger as well. So again, 35, 39 seems about right. I think that's probably your best bet. Again, I like adding stocks when they're down, not when they're up. And hold or sell VIX calls, yeah, I would. Those are pretty much dead. I mean, you just let it expire, or you could just close it out. A good entry for PayPal. PayPal I own as well. Love this stock long term. I have an entry level at 170.18. Again, that'd be a good dip buy, but it is up pre-market. So again, you don't buy when it's going up unless you're doing an initial buy-in, or is this your first position on PayPal. But again, I like on pullback. I want to buy things on discount, not when it's going up in price. You don't buy a car when they call you and say, hey, the car you want is up 10% today. You want to go and buy it? No, you want Toyota Fund. You want, the Christmas deal. You don't want when it's going up. And last one, what am I looking at today? I'm looking at SPY and I'm looking at Qs, obviously, for the Fed and everything else like that. But I do have Qs, and more likely we're going to go and take it this morning with our team. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note at 9 a.m. And I'll keep you guys up to date on Twitter regarding the election results. All right, we'll catch you guys later.